Alright guys, it's Python. Welcome back to some more Haikyu Fly High on JP, this time to go over the new SP Iwaizumi that just dropped earlier today. We're gonna go over his skills, his memory, and his bonds, just like we did with Oikawa. And yeah, in the future, hopefully, let me know if you'd like to see this. I'd like to go over some future teams with Oikawa and Iwaizumi to plan around maybe for global players. So yeah, if you'd like to see that, please let me know. I probably will do it anyways, to be honest with you, because I just think it's a little bit of fun and I really love them. They're two of my favorite characters. And personally, on this account, I have Oikawa and Kunimi and Kogane as well, I believe, right? Those are the only SPs that I have, and I got quite lucky with my SP pools because I've had this account since the end of SP Tsukishima, but like a bit before SP Koro came out. So the fact that I've got 3 SPs already is great, and I probably can save enough and grab him within 2 weeks. So most likely there won't be a gacha video on him, but I don't know. Maybe there will be, hopefully, if I can be patient and save up everything. But yeah, and get lucky enough, of course. Right, starting off with the first skill. He is, first and foremost, he is a power attack and receive type unit, of course, which when they announced it, they announced the memory's name, and the memory was a receive boost in memory, I believe, or receive and power attack boost. I don't remember what the name of the memory is, but they announced the name of the memory, and we kind of guessed that it was a power attack and receive type unit. So here we go, starting off with skill number 1. He's skill number 1 increases Iwaizumi's power attack by 10% and receive by 15% if Iwaizumi's awareness exceeds 100% at the start of the rally. His receive will increase by an additional 20%. This effect lasts for 1 rally. And at the end of the rally, he randomly removes a debuff from himself, which is really nice, to be fair, because a lot of new characters especially give debuffs now. I believe Kuro and Tsukishima's bond can stack their debuff, and when it stacks, I believe you cannot remove it, but that is only for front row opponents, if I'm not mistaken. So he most definitely, you want to have him on the back row because he's a phenomenal receive unit. But the skill number 2 is a power attack skill, 140% of power attack as percentage, and if the opponent performs a 2 or 3 man block, the power of the spike will be increased by an extra 60%. Now, when you actually use a 2 or 3 man block is, I believe, up to the game. I could be mistaken here, but I mean, we kind of learned this from well, we kind of saw this mentioned on Kogane's passive, I believe, or bond skill. I believe it's a bond skill. So yeah, it's not actually like a guarantee that you will hit a 2 or 3 man block, or you will use, or you will go up against. I believe, unless it is a skill that specifically lists as a 2 or 3 man block, which I believe is the bond skill between Aone, SSR, Aone, and Futakuchi. That's the only 2 or 3 man block skill guaranteed. Although I want to check this one as well. This one as well might be. So practice Kuro's ult is also a 2 or 3 man block. Other than that, I don't think anybody else is guaranteed to have a 2 or 3 man block, but I believe you can just randomly go up against it. Like it can just happen, right? The game can just decide that 2 or 3 of your opponents are gonna participate in the block, in which case you get an extra 60%. I believe that's how the 2 or 3 man block works. I could be incorrect, but I believe that's how it works. Alright, moving on to the second passive, excuse me. It's a very strong one. When Iwaizumi is on the court, the power of all allies is increased by 20%. Really good. When Iwaizumi's skill is activated, his awareness is increased by 20% up to 10 stacks. Any skill, I'm assuming, right? Up to 10 stacks when he activates his godlike reflexes, which is his ult, the receive ult that we'll go over in a minute. When that is activated, the receive of the opponents is reduced by 50%, and it lasts for 1 rally, and it also resets the cooldown of the ult godlike reflexes, and of course this activates when you use the ult, and it resets the cooldown for the ult. So of course I believe you can only use an ult only once per rally, so realistically it's once per rally, but it makes sure that you can use your ult always once per rally. So that's actually really good, because the ult is really powerful. So the ult is called godlike reflexes, like we mentioned before, and he performs a receive with his receive power at 360%, which is quite a lot, and his reaction is increased by his awareness times 100%, I believe. Sorry, his reflex, reaction is the translation, but reflex is the actual term in the global game. So that's his defensive crit rate is increased by his awareness times 100, and the effect lasts until the ball goes over the net twice, and his mental, which I believe is spirit, yep, his spirit is increased by 20% and stacks up to 3 times. The effect lasts for 1 rally. So yeah, it's really good, a really strong receive. Yeah, increases his reflex as well, and essentially the fact that with this passive you can have access to it guaranteed every single turn is really powerful, and really strong. And yeah, it's really nice. He's really relentless in that regard. The fact that he can use his ult every single turn guaranteed is quite cool. Moving on to the memory now. His memory is a receive and power attack boost, right? That's what the name is. So that's how we knew that he would be a receive and power attack unit. So the equipped unit has their receive increased by 12%. The power of their receive special move, which is the receive ult, will be increased by 70% of their receive. So that's a massive increase. When the members receive ult is activated, their power attack will increase by 5%, stacking up to 3 times, and the effect lasts until your next power attack, until your next spike power attack or quick attack. So yeah, that's quite good. You can get a maximum of 15%. That's at level at memory rank 1. So that's quite cool. And the other bond that we can see here at the bottom is the only playable bond that he has, which is with Oikawa, of course. No surprise there. We'll go over it in a moment. Here we go. At level 5, it is first and foremost, it is a combo attack, right? So Oikawa will toss the ball, and Iwaizumi will perform a power attack with 360% of his power attack power attack stat, excuse me. And of course, this is the fact that it is a combo attack is the same as their UR and SSR versions. However, this one also gives Iwaizumi the exhibit effect, which, if you don't remember, go and check out the Oikawa video. Oikawa essentially gives exhibit at the beginning of the set, I believe, or of the rally. Excuse me. The exhibit effect on Iwaizumi lasts for 1 set, which a lot of the content in the game is just 1 set, but sometimes it's not. But this means that you essentially have to do this the first thing in the set to give Iwaizumi his exhibit effect. Now, Oikawa by himself already gives the exhibit effect to the teammate that is complete diagonal opposite of his. So I thought that Iwaizumi would be a very strong power attacker that would benefit from the exhibit effect. Now, he does benefit for sure, but the fact that you don't have to have Iwaizumi directly opposite of him to give him the exhibit effect means that you can give somebody else the exhibit effect, and you can have 2 teammates with that buff, which is a very powerful buff. So yeah, that's really nice, and I'd like to go over some options for that in the future, perhaps, as I mentioned before, for the video. For me, on a personal note, I'm quite happy with him. I really want to get him. He's one of my favorite characters together with Oikawa, to be fair, and I do have Kunimi here as well. As you can see, I can show you my team real quick. I haven't really done much on JP, to be honest with you, but this is how it's looking at the moment. I'm really happy with it. I've got quite lucky, as I mentioned before, on my SP pulls, because as I can show you here, within 285 I got all 3 of my SPs, which means on average I've got an SP every 95 pulls, which is ridiculously lucky. It's crazy lucky. So yeah, for now I am quite low on resources, to be honest with you. But I feel like within 2 weeks time, and I have a lot of grinding to do in the game that I haven't done, I feel quite confident that I can push a good amount. I don't know if I can go all the way to 125. I mean, I haven't really got not the dailies, what the hell, the event stuff. I haven't really claimed the dailies or the event exchange stuff, so there's 10 to get from there. Hopefully another like 5 or something to be added next week. So yeah, I mean, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I can just hope. So yeah, that's it. Good luck with your pulls if you are going for him. As I said before, as I mentioned twice, I will probably do a video on him and Oikawa, some teams that you can look forward to building on global when they come out. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.